just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
You know, he had nobody open downfield because of great coverage there by this defense. But what I love to see is how they run to the ball. He checks it down, and this guy's got nowhere to go. It's a big loss.
They lose yards on first down, so second and long from the 16. From the shotgun, drops back. Grab down the middle. It's Allen. And now the defense able to bring him down.
Chris, this guy has a big-time arm. He just zipped the ball in there. You know, you can sometimes show your arm strength in other ways than just bombing it deep.
Try to keep the opening drive going here. It's 3rd down and 2. Can he get there on the ground? Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that first down marker. The offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Direct snap to the back. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Gutsy call here by this offense. Early in this game on a 4th down, they decide to go for it, and they come up with the first down to be able to move the sticks and keep this drive alive. The gutsy call pays off for the offense.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. And he just throws it away there. Safe move. Had nobody open. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. He's moving out of the pocket. He's going to take off. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
This is why you don't predetermine what to do with the ball as a quarterback. He wants to throw this as he rolls out to his right, but instead he keeps his eyes downfield, recognizes there's nobody open, so instead he decides to become the runner, and he's a real threat when he has the ball in his hands.
They call the draw play here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain. Here comes the 8th play of the opening drive, but now it's 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Goes a fastball, but it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Well, here it is, opening drive of the game. Just trying to find that rhythm, run the ball, a couple passes, and this one backfires. Poor decision by the quarterback. That's 100% on him, and this defense now gives their own offense great field position here to get points on the board.
First down here for this offense. Finally out of bounds after a solid game, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this out. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Run it up the middle, but stuff for no gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Catch made on the left side. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Poor set of bounds after a nice gain. The offense is knocking on the door with a first and goal.
A running back who can take a check down like that and turn it into a gain can be a quarterback's best friend. And it's an easy way to rack up those touches and get the ball to your play.
Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Commodores.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football to the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
And he knocks the PAT right down the middle. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. So Wyoming's offense comes back out onto the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. It's a quick grab. The defense drops him for a loss. They went backwards there. A second down behind the sticks now.
Boy, the defense does such a good job of taking any threat downfield away. All you can do is throw it to his back, and loss of yards, now you're behind the sticks.
It went backwards on first down, so second and long from the 24. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Defense is coming after him. Decides not to throw it and will take an enormous loss on the sack.
This defense recognized that this offense wanted to throw the football. They pinned their ears back, got into attack mode, and came up with a nice sack.
And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. And here comes a deep shot. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down. And the punt team now on to kick it away. Can they catch him? And he's going to head out of bounds, but not before picking up some good yardage on the return. Vanderbilt's offense heads back out onto the field now. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Will he score here? And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Curry.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The kick sails through, so the lead is 14-0. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. So Wyoming's offense comes back out onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They went backwards on first down, so 2nd and long from the 24. It's a shotgun run call. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29. Crucial 3rd down play right here. And now the running back's got it again. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the first period of play.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Looking to pass this time. The pocket breaking down. Escapes the pocket but cannot make a play, and they sack him.
Well, that's the one thing about a guy that always feels that he can rely on his legs. He's always trying to make a play, and this time he just wasn't able to get away from the defense, and that is a big loss for the offense.
He'll hand it off. And they're able to tackle the ball carrier there. Tough spot. The offense has to convert a 3rd and long from the 30 to get this drive going. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Throws it to the right. And is intercepted. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. It's a great return following the pick. They're finally able to get him down.
It's 3rd and long, so as an offensive coordinator, you can either play it conservative or trust your quarterback and take a shot downfield. They elect the latter, and it ends up backfiring.
So here comes the Vandy offense back on the field now. An inside give now from the shotgun. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Quick throw to the left. He's got his man wide open. Touchdown, Commodores. This quarterback on fire today.
Now, this defense is so caught up in all the wide receivers, they forgot about the running back. He's not just back there running the ball. This guy's involved in the passing game. A nice throw and catch and a touchdown.
He had the extra point, and the lead now 21-zip. Now they get set to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. So Wyoming's offense comes back out onto the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Tries the right with a quick throw. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. He picks up the first down, but gets drilled on the tackle.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
So quickly, all the way up to the 36 in his first down. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And the senior making a disruptive impact play. This pass rush has been a problem. Another sack sets up 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Breaks the tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Man, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground, and by doing that, this defense is allowing their defensive front to get pressure on the quarterback. Every time they drop back to throw, they become a one-dimensional offense.
It's 3rd down for the offense. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Man, really good job here by the defense, flying around, recognizing the ball is out, and making the tackle short of the first down.
And now it's a high kick. He hit it straight up. And this one's going to be spotted down just outside the 40-yard line. So here comes the Commodores offense back on the field. They take the field with serious momentum. They have been tough to stop so far. Can they keep it going? Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards, didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
It's the 2-minute warning. You've got a blowout developing here before halftime.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. He's brought down at the 6. The offense will have 1st and goal right there.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Ball back at the 6 for 2nd and goal off that loss. Here's a handoff, testing the middle. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Good job by the offensive line. You get some positive yards, but not quite into the end zone. Now we're going to have a 3rd and goal.
They've gotten the ball down to the 3-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. And it's incomplete, very near the goal line.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. You've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Knocks that one right down the middle. And they add to their lead.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So after adding to this big lead, they'll set to kick it away. He'll return it from inside the 5. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive.
And the Wyoming offense will take over 1st and 10.
So Wyoming's offense comes back out onto the field. This has been a rough first half. They'll have to regroup in intermission, but in the meantime, let's see if they can get some momentum going. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. Receiver makes the grab. He'll earn the first down, but pay for it with a hard hit. A new set of downs after that completion. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on 1st down.
That ball just seemed to sail on it. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
Heads out of bounds is a short gain on the play.
You see more and more offenses in college football going with 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
He's running out of time here. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting ear-hole. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Going for a big play downfield. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this 4th down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a 1st down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. So just before halftime here, out comes the field goal unit. And he knocks that one right through. And that will extend their lead even further. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Let's get the second half going now. The kickoff team is out there. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 22. Good job by